So this afternoon I was on my way back from the grocery store, and right now it's the 1st of May, so it's right at the end of the winter semester term here in Waterloo. And so there's a whole bunch of stuff in the garbages. Everyone's cleaning up their garages and all the stuff they don't need. But on my way home I saw this sitting in someone's garbage, and what it is, it's a folding bike. It has little tiny wheels on it, but the handlebars are nice and big, and the seat can extend nice and tall. So it's a folding bike. So right here, the frame, you can unbolt it and the frame folds, and also the handlebars you can fold down too. So just a nice little portable thing that you can fold up and take with you all over the place. And so it looks like it's in pretty good shape. I haven't really spent too much time looking at it, but I just picked it up and strapped it on here. Sure is nice having a milk crate on the back of your bike. It really makes carrying this sort of thing really straightforward. All I did was just flop the frame up top on the milk crate, and then just got some bungee cords and just strapped them all over the place. And there's 3 bungee cords holding this in place, and had no troubles carrying it back from where I found it. So this will be a little project I'll work on. I'll get this bike, hopefully get this bike up and working in good condition. Well, all I've done now is just I've unloaded it, and just a quick little look over, and everything seems to be intact. Looks like it really won't take too much to get this running. I'm just going to take a little ride on it and see how she rides. I've never ridden one of these type of bikes before, so it'll be interesting. Kickstand still works. Well, she seems to ride really nice. There's really not much wrong with it at all. And right now I noticed that the front brake is rubbing on the wheel, which is a little bit annoying, so that's one thing to fix. Right now the shifter doesn't seem to be quite working. It says it's a 6-speed. There, 6-speed. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 speeds back there and 1 up there. And so right now the shifter isn't quite working. I think it's supposed to be in 6, and right now it's in 5. Haven't really played with that too much, but got the chain and the derailleur all cleaned up first, and then we'll be able to do it. So really, yeah, just the front brake needs some adjusting, and of course I'll clean up some of this rust that's on everything. It's got some nice fenders. They seem to be working pretty well on this wet day. What else? Oh, I was noticing when I had it upside down that it must have been ridden quite a bit, because there's the front tire. That's what that looks like. And the back tire, there's quite a bit of that tread is missing. So I imagine that a bike with these little 20-inch rims probably go through the rims, go through the tires pretty fast. But yeah, it really shouldn't take too much work to get this thing fixed up and working as a good bike. So I'm really glad I rescued it from the garbage, because there's still lots of life in it, and pretty much with any bike that's in the garbage, there's always going to be something that you're going to be able to use on it. Like for this one, if for only these brake pads I took the bike, it would have been worth it, because my green bike needs some new brake pads, and these ones look in really good shape. So I just got my hacksaw and I chopped the bike up into 3 pieces. Okay, no, I'm kidding. I tested out the folding mechanism on the bike. So the handlebars here, they fold out straight, and the frame here also folds. And this pedal here, when I found the bike it was folded flat, and I haven't tried that part out yet, but it's really muddy right now, so I'm just gonna probably take everything apart and clean it all and get as much rust off as I can, and then put everything back together. So I've now had this bike for about 5 days, and I've just been working on it a little bit every day. First I was doing some cleaning of everything, just wiping all the mud and stuff off of it, because whoever was storing it outside, I'm sure, and it probably was tipped over on its side in the grass, so had lots of mud all over it, but I've cleaned most of that up. I've gone through and I've cleaned the drivetrain a little bit, got the pedals cleaned off both. That folding pedal works just fine. I cleaned out the joints where the bike folds as well. The biggest next step here, I think, is going to be to get some of this rust cleaned off. Just this bike must have been stored outside. It just must have been coated in water all the time, and this kickstand's really bad shape, but we'll get it cleaned up as best we can. So there's two things about this bike that I don't like so far. The first one is that the seat post has a minimum insertion line about right there, so that line shouldn't be sticking out of the tube past here, because the pipe will get bent there. So this unfortunately I can't move the seat high enough without going past that line for it to be the right size for me, which means that I won't be able to use this bike as a proper bike for myself. It's too small for me. The second thing I don't like is somewhere in these handlebars there seems to be a lot of flex. Like when I slam on the brakes, I can feel the handlebars going back and forth and bending, and I don't know whether it's unsafe or not, but it certainly doesn't feel very safe. I'll just show you what I mean. See, if I stand here and I press the front brake and I move it back and forth, there's all this movement which seems to be in this area down here. I've taken this apart already actually and cleaned out these bearings, and I've tightened the cone on the top down as much as I can, and I think I've got the bearings as tight as they can so that there's not going to be any play in those bearings, but I'm pretty sure that the problem is actually up in this mechanism here, or maybe just this pipe itself is what bends a lot. But I've definitely got the release mechanism attached properly, but you can still see that it does flex an awful lot. So this concludes part one of the project. I'll put all the film together that I've taken of this bike so far, and stay tuned, and hopefully I'll put up some footage of showing how I'm removing the rust from all the components of the bike, and whichever other things I decide to do with it. Maybe I'll find something to do with the handlebars, maybe I'll find something to do with the seat post. Stay tuned and see. Thanks for watching.